What is going on, Hive Warriors? So today we're going to look at the worst diet in the world. Yes, the worst diet in the world considered by the U.S. News, who ranks all the diets every year. So they did their 2023, and we've talked about it. We normally touch on the U.S. News diet listing and where all the diets land. We normally talk about it every year, normally around January when they release the list, but Mediterranean diet always holds the top spot. I think it's held the top spot in the last three listings of the U.S. News best overall diets. And that and the Dash diet, they're always battling for the top spot, but it's been consistently the Mediterranean diet for 3 years straight. And I would imagine that it'll be the Mediterranean diet again. But let's look at the worst one of the list, the one that scored the least in the overall score, the healthiness score, and even in weight loss score or fast weight loss score. So let's go ahead and take a look at that and see which one it is. Before I go there, see if you guys can guess which one is the worst diet that exists in the world right now. All right, so here we are. The Mediterranean diet scored an overall score of 4.6 out of 5, overall weight loss score 4.2 out of 5, and overall healthiness score of 4.6 out of 5. And the Dash diet is not too far behind that. And the Mediterranean diet basically focuses on quality of foods that are based on things like, and it does help stuff like cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and promoting longevity and health. But it's a lot of plant-based foods mixed with some fish and things like that. So you get protein and you get your plant-based stuff. So it's a good mixture. And that's one of the reasons why it's just how mixed it is with all the different nutrients that you take in per meal. So because of its variety, it carries basically everything you need, right? It has the carbohydrates, it has the fats, it has the proteins, and then with the carbohydrates, it has things like what's that called? Fiber and things of that nature. So it's a very good complete diet, right? As well as the Dash diet, but Mediterranean is a little bit more complete. Now let's go all the way down to the bottom. There's 24 diets here. Some diets tie for certain spots, like flexitarian and Dash diet. They're both number 2. I guess if they score very similarly, they keep them there. Although, in terms of the overall score, I guess because the overall score is what matters, I do see overall weight loss is lower here and overall healthiness score is lower. I would imagine that the overall score should be affected by that, but I guess it's not. That's not how they do it. All right, so let's go all the way down. And you'll see all the different diets here. And you'll see here keto is ranked 20. Paleo is ranked 19, and the Atkins diet is ranked 21. So I'm sure a lot of you know about those diets. But here's number 24. The worst of the list of diets. Now, this is not, these are just only the best overall diets. This is all of the popular diets that exist, and they're looking at where they land on the list, right? If you look at this, and by the way, diets like intermittent fasting and like fertility diet and all that, they used to be on this list, but they've removed those due to its popularity. They've actually removed it, so it's not on the list at all. But look at this. Overall score, 1.7 out of 5. Overall weight loss score, 1.3 out of 5. And overall healthiness score, 1.5 out of 5. So barely getting any points in regards to what it needs to do. And this is an interesting one. So let's go ahead and click on read more. So the raw food diet is obviously just eating raw food, right? And it's not necessarily just raw meat. It's like sushi. Sushi is part of the raw food diet. If you eat sushi, you're eating within the raw food diet. Also, plant-based raw foods is another raw food diet because you're just eating foods without any kind of, not cooking in any way, shape, or form. Fruits is also another, raw food diet kind of thing. So the raw food diet is continually evolving diet, originated in the late 1800s by a physician who cured his own jaundice by eating raw apples. It has since become the focus of research to better understand the effects of raw food on human health. While there are numerous variations of the raw food diet today, the basic premise of it is based on consuming food that hasn't been cooked, processed, microwaved, irradiated, genetically engineered, or exposed to pesticides or herbicides. However, very few people follow a 100% raw diet. Approximately 75 to 80% of people on the raw diet, on the raw food diet each day, will be plant-based foods that have never been heated above 115 degrees Fahrenheit. Most followers are vegan, but most choose to consume raw animal products such as unpasteurized milk, cheese made from raw milk, sashimi, raw fish, and certain kinds of raw meat. Proponents say cooking destroys most of the vitamins in food and nearly all of the immune-boosting plant nutrients, but scientific evidence to support these claims is lacking. Most who follow the plan consume only half the calories they would on a cooked diet. So it's harder for them to eat more, or to eat the necessary amount of calories that are required for your daily, health and energy. It's harder when you're eating raw foods. I guess you get full more or quickly when you're eating raw foods. Most who follow the plan consume only half of the calories they will eat on a cooked diet. Just one of the reasons most nutrition experts believe this low-calorie plan isn't ideal. Which, remember, just eating less all the time, no matter what it is not always the best thing in the world. Sometimes you want to eat more protein, right? And with a raw food diet system, protein is one of the main things that gets left by the wayside in terms of your proportion or your distribution of how many calories you're taking in and your macronutrients. So to see this in this way, where they're kind of breaking it down, you kind of understand why this falls down to the worst diet on the list, because it's designed, it makes it just harder. It makes it harder for you to get the nutrition that you need. Eating is important as well. I understand that some people are like, 0 calories and it doesn't matter. I don't care about calories because I just care about weight loss at all costs. But really, that's short-term gain. The longevity gain, the long-term gain is being as healthy as you can. So getting in a lot of protein, or getting in a good amount of protein, is going to help you with long-term weight loss, as opposed to just quick, fast weight loss. But even when it comes to like quick weight loss, this scores low too. So this is scores low on weight loss. This scores low on the healthiness score. So it's just like almost useless in a sense. I do understand that vegans do it because they're vegan and they want to follow the vegan diet, and they want to be more more connected to doing it as I don't know, realistically as possible, or as it was back then, where people were eating foods, broccoli and stuff like that, raw. But in reality, just eating raw foods is going to be much more difficult to get the necessities when it comes to cooked food. We've evolved to cook food, right? We've evolved to cook food for a long time. So just not cooking it because of some physician who, by eating raw apples, he cured himself, and now everything got to be raw. It's kind of a little bit of a leap, and I think cooking helps us actually consume more protein per sitting, and so I think that that's important. So this is the worst diet that exists right now, currently, until January 2024, and then we're gonna see what is the new number, the new last diet number. Okay. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. And of course, until the next one, I'll see you on Wednesday. Peace out, guys.